Welcome to the Power Partnership with Paddy's Golf Tips and Pete Cowen Academy. We're going to go through a few tips, mainly on speed in the golf swing.
The winner of the gold medal and the champion golfer of the year is Padraig Harrington.
So what we're going to do today is talk about the positions that Padraig gets in front in the golf swing, purely and simply to help him to control, but also to apply speed to the shot. So we've talked many times about how the shoulders work in the golf swing, which give you the control, and then obviously we can transfer that control to a little bit of speed, and then obviously from there you can tell them what we've worked on over the time, speed-wise.
It's important to me. So you could go and do long drive stuff, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't try some long drive stuff and see how that works, but I couldn't bring it to the golf course. So I had to figure out, well, I want to hit it further, I need speed, but we've got to do it within the parameters of a tournament golf swing. So myself and Pete were looking at, right, we want to get the right correct positions, and very good with Pete, and I've always kind of liked this. I think Pete is quite obsessed about strong positions in the body. You know, the spiral staircase Pete will talk about for years. You love this drill. I see you do recently, like with the heavy bar, and you're taking a deadlift grip, because remember, when you're lifting the golf swing, again, we're talking, it's pressures on this side of your arm, here, in here. So this is packing in here. So if you rotate it this way, this is all out of position. So we want this. So Pete would always go, well, we want this position. So here and here, it would be no different than if you wanted your most powerful position in the gym, you'd do a deadlift this way. You wouldn't have both hands rotated on the top, big pull up. So again, we're looking at strong packed positions, which kind of nice for a player, because I want speed, but I also know I'm getting into a good position that I can hit the golf ball. And remember, I've got to hit a 7-iron as well as hit a driver as hard as I can. I don't have to hit the 7-iron, I have to hit that with control. So the two have to marry up. So there'd be no point in me flailing at it.
No. It's got to have the control element.
I can hit one from here.
And hit a long shot.
But give me 10 drives in the range and I'll get one of them down the middle. On the golf course, we've got to figure out, how do we get from this solid position and deliver as much speed as we can in that. It really has married up very nicely.
Yeah, and we call this position that you work, the Chinese fighting sticks, basically. You work from this position and you push down as you pull up into position, your right arm's in position. Then we get the delivery position correct there, which is what Padraig's talking about, and then we really turn the pressure on and the speed, and we finish nicely in balance. So, that's a very simple drill for everybody can do it, and they don't need to have, hundreds of balls to do that. You can do it anywhere you like, but it will help you to actually achieve better movement and better positions relative to your delivery.
As Pete's talking about this, and I definitely think this is a big key for amateurs when it comes to speed. Pete, you can see, he says, right, we're in position here. Pete was talking elbow. I like this packing. I like this to be solid. The whole shoulder's solid. So we're in position. And Pete, he delivered the club to here, okay? And these will fight from here. Most amateurs think you're delivering the club up here. You'll probably be too late. You'll probably end up drifting the shaft past impact. It's a great feeling. Get the club set in position here. And as I said, from there, you can stretch under a bit and hit a fade, or you can let the club come up and hit your draw. So you can hit every shot you want from the same position.
Correct delivery.
But you've got to deliver the club a little earlier in position. So as you call it, the Chinese fighting stick, I just see that as your deadlift grip, right? You're getting in a nice solid position and you deliver the club here. What we are finding in the golf swing is everything's got to be done earlier than you think. Everything. So if you were to look at it on a video, what you're seeing, you probably want to do 2 frames earlier, maybe 3 frames earlier.
Well, everybody says the moment of impact is is that, the be all and end all. It isn't. It's before that.
Yeah.
You've got to be correct here to be correct here. Everybody tries to be correct at impact, but they're too late.
Yeah, and amateurs, like, I'm tired of watching my amateurs. They're trying to hit it and they're spinning out way past it. There's no way they can get the club back. They're not getting into this position so the club can keep accelerating.
Yeah, keep accelerating.
So amateurs, if whatever you're trying to do in your downswing, do it early. Early. Give yourself the time to let that club release and pass your body. Okay, well, so we're going to start off probably just
releasing early.
Nice, solid swing. I'm not going to go for anything. A few warm-up practice swings.
Just give yourself a good lesson.
I tell you what, I need to talk myself. I need to talk my way.
Give yourself a good lesson.
That's nice. That's, Trackman, that was at least probably 180 miles an hour.
Paddy's golf tips work.
Yeah. I should use that tomorrow. I wasn't that straight today. So again, pretty much in my downswing there, at this moment, I'm trying to get that club head as quick to the ball as I can.
Early.
Absolutely trying to get that there. It's not going to happen like that.
You're giving yourself time.
Yeah, but it's never going to actually happen.
No, it can't. It's different.
Because there's other forces momentum that are going to bring it.
There is other forces that stop that happening.
But I'm coming from a good, solid position. Again, we know that you go back to the basics, it's a spiral staircase. Everything has turned up in the backswing.
Yeah.
That's a big key. We're not
just turning and turning.
Turning this way, and we're not over here. We're trying to turn up.
Yeah.
Like so. And if we were a true long drive guy, like if we were like in the big longs, we'd actually turn up and actually get up.
Further up.
Up. This would extend up, the head would extend up. Which for amateurs, they hit it if you hit it pretty straight, it's not a bad thing, because if you go up, you're going to come down, and that's always a nice.
And you get momentum. Yeah, you get momentum.
You're going to have a bit. But for a good player, he's thinking, I haven't gone up too much, but the feeling is
stretched
up here. This is solid. So a nice position.
But with amateurs, the beginners, what I would say to them is, a lot of the time they're much better if they can keep the body action more consistent. So this is the top tip for amateurs. They will hit the ball much more consistently if they stand there with the feet together, with that little bit of spiral in the body, feet, ankles, knees up, arms up, slam your arms down and move. At least your body's going to be consistent there, so your bottom of the arc's going to be more consistent. So you'll strike it more consistent. So in the end, you'll be more consistent towards the target.
I have to say, Pete, I saw it with my amateurs again this week.
Yeah.
We just constantly see amateur golfers, and they get there and they're in such a hurry. They think that the more they turn this body is going to create speed. But if that shaft is anywhere ahead of the club like that, you're losing all the speed. And the other alternative, you might flip it.
You might flip it.
But this turn is a disaster for
killer.
It's a killer. So by practicing here, and a lot of times
let your arms fall.
Your arms are going to work in sequence. You're not going to do silly things like this. You're going to get a nice motion going.
Yeah.
And like majority of an amateur's golf swing is going to be from here to here.
Correct.
Like it's left arm parallel to two arms parallel, sort of like this. Speed. When you go and play, it will be a little longer, but when you're practicing, it's
very simple movement.
And see how my feet would be quite close together doing that. I'm not thinking
power.
That's
not power.
If that shaft gets anywhere out and high like this, you're dead. So again,
Get it down. Get it down, early.
Amateurs find it hard to maybe step back and just
it's a little bit shorter, but more out the middle.
Get this motion, and then they can once they get that, they can go and hit it hard.
Yeah.
But start off, maybe take a little step back. Hands and arms are moving. Your body will move. Your body's not. I think amateurs think their hips will always clear.
Yeah.
Like if I put them there, they're always going to move naturally. I don't have to make them do that.
No.
So just concentrate on getting the arms past you.
And your body will move out of the way.
Yeah. It's impossible for it not to.
Yeah.
But you have to take a little step back and practice half shots on the range. Half shots, so Tip number 3. So this is a genuine easy way to improve speed. So if you can swing longer and everything stays the same, you will have more speed. So if you lifted your left heel up high, you got your hands up high, not necessarily, well, if you could as well, but hands high, you're going to have more speed. But most people can't do that. So what we see with amateurs is they tend to go flexible to here, and they think, well, a bigger swing is going to be more powerful, and they start losing.
The spine. They lose the spine.
And stretch.
Yeah.
But if they turned around, and I think this is the big key for amateurs, if they practice with a shorter swing than their normal swing, it will require them to, gotta make an effort. So they'll actually engage more with a shorter swing. And then when they go back to their normal length swing, that engagement will have more muscle, more power for a longer period.
Yeah.
So the disaster is trying to go long and losing engagement, because then when you go back to your normal on-course swing, you're actually trained yourself to not use your muscles.
Correct.
Whereas if you train feet together or short, and
you're activating the whole of your body.
You know, for me to hit the golf ball from there, I've got to really go at it. And then when I go back to my normal, all those muscles are engaged and will work.
Yeah.
So you're better off, if you want speed, at least try it, practice short, play normal. Practicing long and playing normal will cause you to lose speed.